as you can see, I'm joined by former West Ham player. He did play for Tottenham and Millwall as well, but we won't mention that today.
I was only spying for them. I was doing a spy mission at Millwall and Spurs.
Footballing legend.
And then I finally went to a big team.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that what I was meant to say? That's what you told me to say, yeah.
Footballing legend Neil Razor Ruddock.
How you doing, man? Nice to see you again.
Yeah, nice to see you, mate.
You as a little schoolboy.
Oh, mate, don't.
Bunking off school, to go and watch West Ham train.
Great times, mate. Great memories. Razor, joining West Ham. You come from Liverpool. I mean, was it an easy decision to leave Liverpool?
Well, it was. I still had a couple of years left, but I knew I wasn't getting a game, so it was a case of just staying there for 2 years. And the children were that age that if we stayed for another 2 years, I'd like to stay up that area, you know, because schools and that. But that was good because me missus, my ex-wife, then she was a Forest Gate girl, so all her family lived down there in West Ham. So it was it was a no-brainer really. And also, I mean, I think we come 5th or 6th twice, and I mean, the teams like we had Shaka in goal, left back, we had Dixie, Stuart Pearce, and myself, Rio, Shaka in goal, said Stevie Lamas right back, we had Trevor Sinclair, Joey Cole, Carrick, Frankie Lampard, Berkovic, Parlow, Johnny Arsons, Wrighty, Defoe, so it was great times to be there. It was a great, and of course Harry and Charles.
Yeah, I mean, what was it like playing under?
It was the best. I think the best football I played was Spurs, but that got me a move to Liverpool. Liverpool's the biggest team I played for. You know, I'm not no disrespect to any other team I played for, but it's just a massive team. But the West Ham was the funniest and the best 2 years of football. As I say, we was all mates. So when we went out on the pitch, we was all mates. To say we got to Europe twice. That was great.
I was going to say that I spoke to Ian right before, and he said, even though playing for Arsenal, the funniest dressing room.
Oh, it was hilarious. It was hilarious. I mean,
what was it like? You got any funny stories that you can say?
Well, we used to nick each other's cars and things like that, and flush each other's car keys down the toilets, and and have a poo on top of them and things like that. So.
Johnny Monks was there as well.
Johnny Gold, the legend Johnny Monk. I mean, he was just crazy. He just drove through roundabouts. You know what I mean? But it was, as I say, the best thing about it, we was all mates. We was all pulling in the right direction. That's why we got as high as we did in the league.
Yeah. And from a fan's point of view, you could see that on the pitch that you was all mates as well. Yeah. And you could see that. I mean, at the time, Rio, Lamps and Joe Cole were coming through.
And Carrick.
Yeah. Did you know at seeing them that they were going to go?
I mean, Joey Cole was really the one. He was a lot younger. I mean, when he was like 15, 16, he was training with the first team. And he was making, especially me, he was making everyone look stupid at the things. I think, how can you do that football, that age and that confidence? But, likes of Rio, playing alongside Rio was like a Rolls Royce, and it was, especially me, I was coming to the end of my career. So I could basically could attack everything. It didn't matter what went behind me because you knew Rio would get it. And Lampard, I knew Lampard was a good player, but I didn't realise what a great player it turned into. You know, Defoe was always going to score goals, but I think Lampard was the one that sort of impressed me when he went to Chelsea and proved what a proper, international, world-class player he was.
Couple of funny incidents when you was at West Ham. Famous one, you and Wrighty with a celebration.
Yeah.
Canio one.
Well, we hadn't signed Di Canio by then, and it pushed the ref and he went down, and it was playing Southampton at home, and it was Wrighty in the tunnel and said to me, when I score, not if I score. I said, when I score today. He said, come up, send me, or push me, and I'll go down like the referee. I think it was 2 minutes he scored.
Yeah.
So he come up and, give him a push, and he went down. He went down better than Alcott, I think the referee was. So he went down. We got warned by the FA not to do it again. I think 2 days later we signed Di Canio.
What was it? What was he?
When he walked in, he come in, he went, you effing idiots. What are you doing? Everybody forget about this. And now he moves on the back page of papers and all that. But he was special. Di Canio was special.
Yeah, talent. Another one as well, Patrick Vieira, your old mate.
Yeah.
Talk about that incident, yeah.
Well, we was 2-1 up. It's never happened to beat Arsenal. So that was a great team at the time. Vieira and Thierry Henry and David Suka. I think Suka was up front then. But Adams' proper team was 2-1. He got sent off, and Mark Vivian Farley was God bless him, Mark Vivian. But Mark Vivian was getting the better of Vieira, and he couldn't handle it, and he kicked him a couple of times, got sent off, and as he got walking off, I said, "Ta-da, mate!" And he sort of turned around, got the ump. And I said, well, don't moan. I didn't send you off. Don't moan at me. And he sort of jackknife gobbed at me, and I thought he can't get me from there. Straight in me millie.
And also another incident as well. We spoke to one of your former teammates. We interviewed him, Super Johnny Artson.
Johnny
the Berkovic incident. Now, when I see that, John kicks him in the head. The first person I see in the background is you.
Yeah.
Talk us about that. What was you?
Well, it was like Harry's. Berkovic was Harry's favourite, and he was going, "Go on, but what was it? Oh, go on, turn Johnny inside out, turn him inside out. And I think he nutmegged John, and John sort of pushed him forward, and I threw a punch at John.
Yeah.
I mean, he was on the floor, so I thought, and he sort of stepped back and just volleyed him right in his canister. It was beautiful. I'm just going to make sure he was still breathing. So I picked it, he was alright, and just can't beat Johnny down. He was alright though, Johnny, I love Johnny the Bear. We used to go out with Johnny the Bear, and he used to go up to girls and go, alright love, you don't mind taking my donkey for a walk round the park, do you? Honestly, I love him so much.
We caught up with him at the Swansea
He's a lovely man, isn't he?
Top bloke, he's helped us on our channel.
He's a lovely man.
Like you said, that season we finished 5th, the highest we finished in the Premier League.
Yeah.
I mean, what a season for West Ham, getting in Europe.
We
had to qualify.
I believe I did score in Europe as well.
Yeah, you did. I remember
scored
that.
a right foot from about a yard out in, I think it was Croatia or something.
Yeah, Jokovic, wasn't it? Or FC Jokovic?
Was it Croatia? Some team we battered. They had to be shit because I scored with me right. I don't know what I was doing that far up, but I scored with me right peg.
But good memories at West Ham?
Love it. I mean, I live in Kent, so I mean, the Olympic Stadium is going to be lovely for me because I'm on that far side, so Stratford's like 25 minutes away from me. So
you're going to get down there a lot?
Oh, I'll be getting down there on the freebie, hopefully. So if you're watching Karen Brady, give Razor a freebie. Fucking no chance.
Just quickly talk about the current West Ham team. What do you make of West Ham this season?
Well, surprising. I mean, Man's would they beat Arsenal away, Liverpool away, United? They drew 0-0, did they? They beat City away.
City away, yeah.
You know, and they go and lose Watford away and things like that. But you know, Bournemouth, great result, Bournemouth.
Yeah.
You know, got a big one, Newcastle coming up. But I think it's, I think Slav's come in and he's sort of, I think they're enjoying going to work now. The West Ham players.
Yeah.
It looks like they enjoy going training. They're joining, and the confidence winning away games at them big clubs gives you the confidence that you're going away, you ain't going to get battered like they normally did. So I think it's a big confidence booster with them. You know, they've had a couple of injuries and they've still sort of stayed there, sort of, you know, hung on. You know, the big boys are coming back now, so injury free. You know, I think a bit too much top 4 this year. I mean, Leicester's blown that apart because it's top 3 really now because Leicester's took one of them spots. I keep saying that Leicester are going to fall away, but I've been saying it for the last 2 months now. They don't seem to, do they? So, you know, if they get 6th, 7th, I think it's a good season for the Hammers.
Definitely, and also the FA Cup as well.
Yep.
Could be playing one of your former teams, Liverpool, if they get through Excel. Could West Ham win the
FA
FA
Cup? Cup team, you know, it's a good cup team. I've seen why not. I mean, I think if they take it serious, I think Slav said he wants to take it seriously. He'd rather win the FA Cup than get the Champions League, and I agree with him. You know, I don't think the chairman and the owners agree with him, but as a player and a manager, you know, you look back at what you won, and there's no point saying, no, I didn't win anything, but I got 4th and played in the Champions League. So as a player and a fan, I don't know what fans think, but good cup side would be great for him.
For me, I've never.
Would you take cup and the 8th spot and win the FA Cup?
Yeah,
definitely.
100%. Day out of Wembley.
Beautiful.
You know, I'd love to see West Ham win the FA Cup. Dream for me.
Is that one of my old tops as well?
He's your old top, yeah.
Who's that? Marvin Elwood. Who's that? Marvin Elwood. Who's that? My missus could have scored that. It was Missy Edda, remember?
Yeah. There's a funny story behind that. I'll tell you. You spoke about the Olympic Stadium. Do you think that's a good move for West Ham?
I think so. You know, at the end of the day, you know, it's you got to get more revenue. You got to get more money. You know, to keep up with the big boys. I think it's you know, and to be fair, Upton Park is a nightmare to get in and out of, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, man. So I think diehard fans, I think that, you know, what I've spoken to, they're coming round to it now. You know, a couple of years ago it weren't, but I think it just makes sense.
Yeah,
you know,
I think
bigger stadium,
the more the
fans.
stadiums getting,
and I think you attract more players as well.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to say that. I mean, Dimitri Payet. What's your take on him at the moment?
Well, I ain't been over there this year, so I've seen bits and pieces of him. He does look, you know, is he a good player? Does he run around? Does he chase back and all that? Because what I see is just you looking magnificent. You know, that's not always.
No, he does. He works. We had this conversation.
Because Marco Boogers, remember him? Even he looks good on Match of the Day.
Well, we only
that's a lie. He never
looked
good.
30 seconds on Match of the Day, mate. So, but yeah, I mean, just before I go, don't take up much more of your time. The bowling ground, we obviously leave it.
I'm going. I've got trying to book. There's a lad in Middlesbrough. West of my mate lives in Middlesbrough. He comes from there. He's born there. And he's a West Ham fan, and he wants me to take him down there before the end of the season. So I promise
what's
him.
your memory? I mean, especially a night-time game at Upton Park with the fans. What was it like to play?
It was horrible for the away team, but for the home team, I mean, we was doing well. So I mean, it's you know, the 12th man. It's definitely a 12th man. There. It's that close to the pitch. So just don't, you know, the Olympic Stadium. Don't lose that atmosphere. But I'm sure it won't with the West Ham faithful, because you know they're 100% behind them, and they always give him a cheer. But I mean, it was a great stadium to play, especially say under the floodlights. He was lucky, you know, and I wore the Bobby Moore #6 shirt as well. So so you know, it was my dad, God bless him. I lost my dad, but he was a big Bobby Moore fan. For me to wear the #6, you know, he died an happy man. So you know, it was great times.
Well, Razor, thank you so much for joining us, mate.
Nice to see you again.
Mate.
You still got your school jumper on, though. You know what I mean? But good luck to you. You know,
cheers.
All the best to you.
I'm Ryan at West Ham Fan TV. Razor, thank you so much for joining us. Come on, you Irons.
All the best to you.